Start, finish, so.
Okay. Hello, I'm Ian. I'm 60 years old, and my profession is sales. I'm working in the sports industry, but I also am a drummer in a rock band, and been playing drums all my life, up until present day, continue to do so. But unfortunately I suffer from tinnitus, and it's not a pleasant experience. But I remember it first happened, well, probably late 60s I guess. Went to a fantastic rock concert in my hometown of Sheffield. And I remember feeling through it that there was a little bit of discomfort with my ears. And when the fantastic concert came to an end, we all left the auditorium, of course, and I remember hearing people saying, "God, my ears are ringing." Mine were too. My mate that I was with said the same sort of thing. And the ringing kept on into the late evening. Like always, you forget about it, go to bed. I remember thinking when I woke up in the morning that my ears are still ringing. Not painful, but just ringing. And I do remember seeing the chum of mine that I was with at the concert, either later that day or the following day, and I said to him, "Now then, are your ears still ringing at all?" He says, no, it seems okay, but they were at the time. And mine didn't. Mine unfortunately didn't stop. It wasn't painful, as I say, and it wasn't exceptionally loud, but it was an obvious change in what happened at that time when it'd be my late teens, early 20s, I guess. But it stayed with me until present day, and it had an effect on my life, because involved with a sales role, I needed to be involved with group discussions, telephone calls, and talking to people generally. There were occasions when we'd be sitting around meeting tables, and I noticed that the noise was there all the time, and because it was relatively new, you're thinking about it all the time and really wondering what it's doing in terms of affecting what I'm involved with. So much so that I even started to mishear what people were saying, which is a bit unfortunate when you're in a sales environment. But not only that, my home life as well, it started to affect a little bit, being with people, girlfriends, mates, out and about. I was still playing the music a lot. That didn't seem to cause too much worry because of a noisy drummer, so we know how that is. But you start to get conscious of it, and what eventually I got to a period of time where I started to think about what I might need to do about this tinnitus, and I knew, having researched in later life, some 40 odd years I've had this now, but researching it in later life, that it can affect you in all different forms. There are various degrees of tinnitus, of course, and I think, having looked at a particular website, and it was one of those websites that gave you different examples of the different noises and so on that you could experience, and I found one that was very similar to mine, which was just a very high pitch, like a whistle. Sometimes it was like a ringing, but it was constant. It wasn't up and it wasn't down, and then there are some quite torturous noises that you can hear from tinnitus. But it was beginning to affect my life quite a bit, and I eventually thought, well, I need to do something about this, and sought professional advice, and it was suggested to me that I could control the tinnitus by the mechanisms that they manufactured, and they were in the ear devices. And once I'd had these tested and fitted for me, oh boy, the difference was just absolutely unbelievable. It was a product that was designed to combat the particular sound I had, which almost like balanced it out, but I still had to do a little bit of learning about how to do that. But it allowed me to be more proactive with people and places and being in noisy areas with a lot less of a worry or a concern, a lot of background noise all the time and muffling sounds that suddenly seem to disappear because these devices were equaling things out, balancing things out. So it allowed me to be more settled with myself, a bit like returning back to what people without these sort of problems would just take for granted. And so these units changed my life, albeit it took me a long way, a long road to get to where I was and live with with this condition. But I eventually got these in-ear devices, and the tinnitus that I've been experiencing is still there. It's never gone away, but it's all about controlling it again now. And I feel that now, having them in for a little while, and after all these years, I'm back in control with the tinnitus situation. So it's very, very worthwhile. Anybody experiencing this sort of concern, because it can be a concern, there are people out there, professional bodies out there, that provide the answers. It's something that I should have done an awful long time ago, but I do it now. So that's it. Thank you.
That was fabulous.
Great.
Absolutely.